Hello everybody, welcome back to Yunus Cake Tips. Thank you so much for joining me again today. We are going to make today a suit cake. You know, the black jacket, white shirt and black bow tie. So it may sound like quite a common idea for a 21st birthday cake, and simple methods and common methods will be used. In fact, the different people will execute the very simple ideas very differently. So I believe the way how I'm going to do this cake today will give you another choice to follow, partially, maybe also completely. So let's look at the things that I have on the table before we start. I have here a prepared cake, which is 20 centimeter wide and 20 centimeter height. Those kind of single high cakes, which is maybe called double barrel or something, it's very common these days to convert to like animal faces or something which is like a different sceneries, because the area is quite large and then the tall, you can put a lot of things on it to interpret some other concepts with that. All right, it's stand on the 40 centimeters square board which covered with the black velvet. I placed the cake slightly backwards because I will add something in front of it. It's not included in this video, but I need some space to use it. That's why I put it backwards. All right. So before carry on anything else, I would like to invite you to watch my perfect masking video in YouTube. So I show you that how to get the cake without masking, actually, to get this geometrical perfect stage. So that is the one that I use, PVC mold that brush the chocolate inside and then place the cake inside with the soft ganache and build up like a mold cake inside a mold and end up like this. Is very, very practical method. If you didn't watch that yet, please go and do that before you continue watching this video. All right, so how much cake is in there? I have 4 times 50 millimeter height, 20 centimeter white cake. So that is actually each cake I make 2 times 400 gram mud cake. Sandwich first, and then after that I put 4 cakes together, because if the cake is individually prepared and then cool down, it's quite easy to do it in that way, in that height, without sort of like a bulging around, etc. All right. So I have here a cardboard, piece of corrugated cardboard. It will help me to make the bow tie nice and orderly, so I can carry around and put it on the side to dry. So I have also some cardboard pieces. You will see it later on when I do that. This is used for the collar, and that's used for also for the collar, round piece cut. And then I'll let you know the sizes also later on. And I have here piece of 2 pieces of white just papers, A4 size papers. I will also use them to create the bow. So as you see that I use quite sort of like a common things that you can find around you to carry on with the methods. I have a plastic knife. I have a piece of I think this is 10 millimeter hot glue gun stick. I will use this to make the buttons, and I will also use the skewer to create the button holes for stitching. All right. So PVC pipes I use for rolling. I have also this large one and the thin one. This is for rolling the fondant. This is also holding the fondant and then go around the cake. So I will show you quite a different method to coat the cake in the right way, particularly for this cake. All right. So I have a bit of dark compound chocolate for gluing purpose. I have here acupuncture needles on a sort of like a visible red sponge, because those needles should be really kept very securely. You count that there is 5 pieces over here. When the cake is finished, has to be also 5. So make sure that the needle not end up in the fondant or in the cake. Scissor, fondant leveler, water spray, starch, and flexible sort of like Taylor ruler. That's very important, that sort of like measure the cake around and to find out the right size rolling the fondant. Oil spray is commonly used. I have also here a new brush to glaze the part of the cake. So when you have this kind of jacket, you have a shiny colors here. I'm going to create this one. And what is it called? Cone. I use cellophane sheets that you know. And then box cutter, knife, sticky tape to secure that. And then I have also white fondant and black fondant. So I'm not coating cake with one color first and then carry on everything else. I'm going to do that accordingly. So let's start something that we need at the end of the progress, which is the bow tie. I'm going to do this one first in front of you. Okay, I already rolled some black fondant which has already additional tylose inside. So it is a bit firmer than the normal usual fondant which you pick up from the packaging. All right, so let's do some calculation here. My cake is around this size, I can see it here, and I want to have my bow tie around this size, so around from here till there. So if it's the bow tie like that, all right, bow tie like that, it's going to be about like this and like this and like this. So I'm looking for something like this, and now with joining part is like that. So like that, and then like that, and like that, and then there's also some joining part here. So if I calculate here this much, so that will be around sort of 6 centimeters wide, and then lengthwise will be around, if it comes to around here, that's about 15 centimeter long. All right, so I'm going to cut 15 centimeters. Here's my knife here, 15 centimeters, which is this and this, and then what I said here is about 6 centimeters. So like that and like that, and make sure it's the same size. This is 6.5, 6.5, end up somewhere around there. All right. Okay, we have quite a large piece. We don't need that much. Right. Clear up everything. We don't need this. Okay. I'm gonna roll the last bit here later on. All right. So put it here. Put it here. All right. And then take this one and roll it. Just like this. You know, when you make a bow on the cake, you want to have really nice and fluffy. But if it's a bow tie, it's quite flat. So that's why I'm going to make this one quite sort of like a roundish and small. All right, and one side is sharper. So we're going to use some sticky tape here. This one there. This one there. And there. All right, so one side is flat, is like a drop shape, all right, and cut this into 2 pieces like this, okay, and then, so, put a bit of water here, only at the end, all right, fold this together, put this here, fold this together, take it in the hand, and then just fold it, like that. That's what I'm looking for. Put this one here. All right, next one here. Take it in the hand, fold it, and fold it. So that's the size that this part is the front side. Okay. So that one I will leave it to dry, and I'm going to have a little bit later on to join together with chocolate. So that's already ready. The way how I'm going to coat this cake, as I said, not one piece of fondant all the way down, and after that I'm going to add things on top of it. So I'm going to think about what is underneath, what is on top. So the shirt underneath, and then the jacket is on top. So that's why I'm going to make the shirt first in front. So when I place the black fondant in the way that how I'm going to do, and I'm folding after that, it will fit just like the real life. All right. So, but if we have to look at one more thing that which is in the real life, men's jackets, also men's buttons of the jackets is always on the right hand side, and then the left side goes on top of the right hand side. So I like to do this one also in reality. Actually, women's are other way around. So the button is on the left, and then the other wing goes on top of the left. So on the right hand side goes on top of the left hand side. All right. So having said, let's say this is my shirt like this. All right. So that means the side going this way. I'm going to just make some indentation to create that. All right. So let's say I have this much on this side. So I'm going to go like one straight line like this, down. Okay. And after that, go a little bit on the side, but this is not really deep. It has to be like a little bit more or less. All right. Like that. And the both side has stitches. All right, just go here, very nice and carefully and slowly. There's a stitch on this side, okay, and the stitch on the other side, this way. And the buttons will be coming in the middle later on. All right, that's done. So all what we have to do now, we think about in the front of the cake, this much is, that's what the neck, all right, this will be the neck. It goes like this straight down, but I'm going to make it a bit more wider like that, so the black covers comfortably on top. It goes about this way. So that is about this much, which is about here, and the lower side actually a little bit more smaller. All right, so that is will be something like that. All right. Be careful, it's already marked, can be tear very easily, right? So after that, what we do, by the way, I make this drawing for you to understand what I did just now for the bow. All right, get some water. That's a chocolate surface is very nice to just put a bit of moisture like water, all right, or syrup or something, and then place the fondant on top accordingly. I go a little bit more over like that, and then go in front like this. We didn't need that much, so it's already done. Because of the water is falling down a little bit, just maintain the height, of course. Okay, that's perfect. All right, after that, just cut a little bit wider than what you need, so you can match nicely. Push it this way. That's done. So you have to monitor if it's a bit more full, so you have to push it back again. Make sure it's nice and straight. All right. So when I look at that, is I can move a little bit this way, a little bit this way, make sure that it's nice and straight. So that is done. Next, what I like to do, I'm going to roll my black fondant and then coat this cake as a jacket with a very sort of different way, because I'm not going to coat from top down. I'm going to go from sideway to the front, because we have the open side on the front. We can create the color right away, and also like I'm going to use that extension to cover the top part of it. Now I roll my black fondant for the jacket. Basically my aim is to put the fondant behind this cake and then reach the front, join together and open up for the colors. At the same time, roll it so high that I can fold here and then cover that area till to that white, the neck space, right? So measuring that around, it's around 60 to 61 centimeters, all right? Considering that it will stretch a little bit when I pick it up. And also on the top, I like to reach around from here to there, which is about 28 centimeters, 27 also will do. So that is coincidentally around 27 centimeters. So if I cut this about this size, right, approximately, all right, just to get prepared in a kind of comfortable size. The thickness is just right, I believe. That's there. And also, how much we said? 62. That's around here. Cut this one and cut this one. We will have a lot more sort of like a stretch when we pick it up. All right, what I like to do now, I'm going to spray a bit water around here, all right, without damaging this one. Get rid of this. So when we go around, and it holds nicely, all right, just the water. If you want, you can also brush some jam or some syrup or whatsoever, all right. I'm comfortable with only with water, all right. On top, you don't need much, all right. So if I hold this one with this, it will be quite uncomfortable because it will be sliding back again and it's not going to be controlled properly. So that's why I used the thicker pipe. Right? Just go around like that, carefully. Don't have to rush. Bring this one into that area and placing like this, starting from the center, right? And then go around, so make sure that this is not really falling down, right? That's pretty correct, all right? So I'm not worrying about tool fixing on the sides or whatever. I'm just worried about, at the moment, is this part. Make sure that this is no cracking, all right? So just going this way, carefully. Nothing falling here, that's good. I will just add one sort of like a stitching place on the back, right, to make it comfortable, that's all. So that's exactly the back here. Okay, now don't worry about at the moment this part. We're going to use some scissors to cut later on. Right. Okay, work it out a little bit of this. Now where the white shirt is finished, you may have a bit of like step there. Just make sure that it's nice and level. Okay, just leave it there. Every jacket has a stitch on the back, straight in the middle. Okay. Okay, we worry about this one a little bit later on again. So now, let's think about this, what we're going to do. So, I like to get this one like that. Okay, as you know that we are coming like this, so that one has to be on top, this one underneath. We may put one black button underneath, so that's why I'm not really worried about too much to go all the way down. Okay, what I like to do, I can see that this is a little bit larger than this side, so I'm going to cut this off a little bit to the equal size. Right? So that's already quite nice. Nice, sort of like a natural turn here. All right. This one go a little bit more this way. All right. Okay, now, what to do? First of all, secure that lower part is nice and neat. A bit of drying here is necessary. What I like to do, I'm going to cut this part like that. This part also like that. Right. And also I will wait for a while till this part a little bit drier. I'm going to just after that cut it with the blade later on, much more easier. All right. So now what we like to do is because we're going to get down with another piece over here, I'm going to get rid of all those things. All right. So this one cut like this. This one cut like that. And then after that, I'm going to use this and remove these parts. Get rid of this extension, too much of accumulation here. It's not comfortable. Right. And this one cut exact from the edge here. All right. Yeah, from edge. We will put another black in the middle after sometimes. So it's now touching up a little bit. I just damaged this corner a little bit. That's it. I'll let it dry for a while and I get back to you when I'm cutting that edge. Okay, now what I like to do, as I said, this side is a bit thinner, this side end up a bit thicker. I'm going to trim a little bit off from here. So when I measure this one, it's about this size. When I come back here, I have to cut from 1 centimeter and then go down to 0 later on slowly. Right? So as you see, I'm holding one side and dragging my, what you call box cutter, slowly downwards, and then end up like that. A little bit cut from here, using my finger as a chopping board. Don't cut your finger. That's it. A little bit touch up. Yeah, that's now is quite equal. All right, now my next step is putting the white color over here. Once we have the white color, I have the measurement inside. I'm going to cut another black and put it inside, but later on. This is approximately the same size. So my color has to be quite high, about almost this size. And after that, on the front, it will be the corners will be falling downwards. All right, but still, I like to follow the usual thing that right hand side is the bottom, and then the left hand side goes on top of it. I'm going to follow exact same principle over here also. So let's make a mold from this cardboard. So what I like to do, I'm going to fold this one into the round shape. To do that naturally, I put this on the corner of the table and I'm pulling like this, and then you see that almost equally like turning nicely. I'm going to turn over here like this way, and then do it one more time. And then again. So as you see that is already turned nicely, equally. I'm just going to push it a bit more. You cannot do this one just by folding. You have to bend the cardboard accordingly. All right. So once this happens, I have it here on this area. All right. So I like to go my white color inside and fold outside. So that has to be over here somewhere that we have to fold this, cut this cardboard. So the folding triangular part fold inside and stay there for a while. So I can remove the cardboard and it stays on nice and sort of like in the right condition. Because I'm not using pastry actually, I'm using only fondant. So I like to give a little bit of time to fondant rest on that cardboard and then dry nicely. Okay. So in order to do this, I'm just going to cut first. That's the center. Okay, I can see that. That's the center. But I like to have it like slightly this part falling this way, but it doesn't matter. I just cut over here like that. I think we're doing the right thing. Okay, cut this like this. Okay, and then this part like that, and this part also like that. Let's see. Yeah, that is already quite nice. So I can fold actually now the fondant inside and folding this way. All right. Then after that, I will remove it like that. All right. So let's do that. What I like to do now, I'm going to roll the fondant approximately this size, a little bit longer, and then about this size, and I get back to you. Okay. Let me do the rolling also in front of you. So because I'm going to make a nice long piece, so that's why I bring the fondant first into the length that I'm looking for, so I don't have to worry about too much rolling in both directions. All right. So that's already good. I have these rollers more than 38 centimeters. I like to measure one more time in front of you also. So I'm going to go like this and purposely do one side thicker, another side thinner. So I like to have this side thicker, this side thinner, because you don't see the thick part if you have the edge is thin. All right. So that gives the fondant strength that it will standing in the right position. All right. So with air pump of here. All right. There's nothing more. All right. Let's go. Look at this. That's the goodness of the PVC pipe. You can glide on the fondant. That's nice and thin in the front, and then thick at behind. That is this, that is that. Okay. Beautiful. Now let's look at the end bit. I want to have a little bit longer than that, nice and overlapping each other. Right. If it's too long, we can cut it. If it's too short, we cannot stretch it. All right. So also this part, I want to make it thinner. Just this part. Okay, this one straight cut, straight cut, straight and straight. All right, let's get this one now. Nice, and again bend it a bit more so it's fit nicely. All right, open up and placing here. I think it's going to work. This one fit inside nicely. All right, now. I like to bend this way, so I like to go that direction. Folding this way and folding this way. Go in the center. Make sure it's like equal. No. That's equal. Put in the middle. Nice to the back to the wall. All right. For that, go around. See how far we did the measurement correct. All right. This one there. This one there. That's pretty good. See what I mean with the cutboard? Using as like a wall that holds everything in place. So we want to have this one top here. That's why this one fold first. And this one fold this way after that. And then nicely work it out. We may put one more button on the top here. All right. That's great. So this is already almost in place. I'm going to fiddle a little bit more, but you understand the principle that that cutboard is hold the wings like this. After sort of like half an hour, when I remove the cutboard, it will standing where it is. All right. Let's worry about the handkerchief now while the color is getting dry. So I rolled the white fondant quite thinly. So I'm just going to cut about 15 centimeters square piece. Something like that. All right. And what I like to do, just going to give a kind of bit of stitch marks that maybe it will look good when it's finished. Why not? Just do it. All right. Knife. Like this. Like that. And like this. I think this is quite natural, what I see over here now. But of course we don't want to put so much of volume on there. I just do like this. See, look. Just do like that. little bit like that. All right, that will make it possible. So I would like to put it like slightly this way. All right, like that. And then after that, we cut the pocket. Don't mix that. Something about this size. And also you want to make it like this shape, right? So maybe like that. And like that. I think it's better to have a little bit more visual on that one, this part. Okay, good. And then we put a little bit of stitch mark here. Stitch mark here. And here. I think bottom part I don't want to put anything. Alright, good. So now turn around. Spray just a little bit water. Okay. And place this in the right corner, like that. So because of the water, it will standing at the same time, like it's not really falling, and it's not going to be also too flat, right? Just like this, like that. Push this one nicely, and then get this one also water just from far away, like that, and place it on there. Don't disturb the color. Alright, a little bit of arrangement here. That's it. Now, next thing I like to do, the buttons. Buttons are very, very simple process. So just make the fondant soft, and we want to cut equal pieces. That's why I want to make it like a little sausage. All right, like that. I'm going to make one black. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be the same size. All right. So like cylindrical shape, and then cut 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to put 1, 2, 3, 4 here. All right. So with this way you can cut things very equal. All right. Just make it one at a time. First of all, I like to put a little bit of water here, a little bit here. Okay, here, here, and there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So I want to also oil a little bit here, so it doesn't glue to the fondant. All right. Just make it oily. That hot glue gun stick. All right. All right. Good. Nice and round, soft and freshly rolled. Right. Press it here, and then go with this. Move, and then you just go for 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, second one and 4. If you want, you can take some royal icing and make some stitching in there also, but I'm not going to bother that. Basically, I decide the equal distance before. That's why I put my wetness a little bit there. All right. So it's better than do the button separately and put it there. You'll touch it, everything. So it's not going to. It's going to deform a little bit. So that's why I put it right on the spot. All right. Here. I'm not so sure this button will have any use because we will have the bow tie. Maybe put a bit more down and we can see the button also. Okay, each 4. All right, and then I like to put one more button here, slightly maybe larger. 3 and 4. Looks all right. Okay. Now let me finish the bow tie in front of you. I melt some chocolate for gluing purpose, and then just check it up. This one, that is moves pretty good. This one also moves. As you see, that fondant already settled. It's just firm a little bit. You can handle it. We can just lift it up. I like to put a piece of plastic underneath here, so when I use the glue, chocolate glue, it doesn't sort of like a glue to the cardboard. All right. like this. All right, put a little bit of chocolate here. Fill up this area. And wait for a while till it sets. 2 minutes pass, it's already set, so I just do the center part, nice and soft, and just roll it like this. Doesn't have to be particular size. Right, so that means we have to get some sort of lines on it, some irregular lines, some of them like all the way half. All right, and after that you turn around, put the other way also half, and in between. So that's, you have to sort of like a crisscross the lines. All right, and then this one here, this one there probably. All right, and then slightly roundish on the corner, and then cut also enough to turn behind. Okay, a little bit of water, just a little bit. Okay, put it on. All right, after that, you know that the chocolate is already set. You can just take it in the hand and then turn it behind. This one also behind. Do as good as possible. All right, that's it. The bow tie is finished. It's firm enough that I can lift up and place it where I want. But before I do that, I need to do something else. If I place the bow tie now in front, I cannot work on the upper part of the black collar, the missing part here. So, and also I cannot do this upper part of the collar without removing the cardboard. If it's there, I cannot remove the cardboard. So we have to get these things always in a kind of like logical cue that one thing is helps to the next step. All right. So I will wait a few more minutes that the collar set a little bit more firmer. So if I remove now the cardboard, as you see that it's standing, but I like to make sure that it's firm enough that when I remove the cardboard, the collar doesn't fall off slowly. All right. So this is what we're going to do next. Okay, now it's time to go further. Every time I have to roll something long piece, I get this long piece first. So as I said, I don't have to try harder to roll it this direction. I have to roll only this direction. All right? So that's practical and very logical. Right, let's measure how much we need. We need to get around this much. That's about 36 centimeters. All right. 36. All right, now make it straight and push it down. Okay. Okay, now cut a stripe. I want to do around sort of like 3.5 centimeters, which is about this much. Okay, that's done. Stand by with the scissor. And now you can easily take this out. It's already long enough. It's thinning. Right? So this is just nice and firm. Make this one upside down first. And after that, spray a bit water. Touch it up. Like this. On your fingers. And after that, put it back here. And then go around and then go down this way. And meet each corner with the other corner. Alright, let's leave this one like this here. Then I know that it's there, and then I have to cut this way. So that is pretty good. I think I make it a bit too wet, but it doesn't matter. So I leave it like naturally. How does it fall? Leave it like this, and only make sure that the beginning part, this part, is nicely joining together with the other part. Right, good. And this one also same. I know where it is finishing. I go this way and then cut this way. All right. I cut a little bit short, so I pull it a bit more further down. That's it. All right, a little bit touching up, just make it nicer. All right, that's already good. Very good. Also, this part also stabilized the color much more stronger. All right. Now, I like to put something in the middle. A bit of black again. So, as you realize that in the center is still looking chocolate, you can leave it like this if you want, but I like to make it black also. If you want, you can also put a bit of texture, like cloth texture in it, because that represents kind of like a man's jacket, but this could be also a mannequin, you know, like it's kind of like a cloth mannequin. All right, that's there. That is of course too big, so I'm just going to mark it and cut smaller. Right? Actually, what I can do, I just push it on like this, so I can see the size. Exactly right. I just go smaller. Let's see how correct we are. Agree? Yeah, pretty correct. No, a bit too much. That's done. I put the oil a bit so I can stretch it to the corners. The next thing I like to do, remove that plastic sheet, protection sheet, which we don't deal any more chocolate or ganache or anything, and then add the bow tie, then finalize the cake. Okay, let's remove first the protection sheet over here. That's it. That goes to rubbish. All right, now what I like to do, I'm going to put the bow tie in the right place. So first of all, remove those stuff. Don't need that anymore. And then take this in the hand, and then you put it there, the way how you wish to put. And I can see now where is the bow tie coming. So that is coming in the middle, and then that's coming so in the middle here, and then there is some connection point with the chocolate around this area. So let me show you one trick. If I just put a kind of like water spray or something, if I put it on, because the bow tie is so heavy, it will fall off. So I need to have a chocolate connection. But if I put also chocolate on the surface here, because the white fondant is just glued with water behind the chocolate, it may just after some time also tear it off. So that's why I want to make a sort of construction. I'm going to put some holes in that area, which the both wings coming, and then pipe some chocolate inside. So I'm just going to go like this here, one hole here, all right, and then make it like larger, all right, and after that another hole here, make it also larger. If you want, you can put one more here, and one more there. So what does it do? When we pipe the chocolate in there, you have some chocolate fingers goes inside the cake. It will hold properly. Just a little trick, all right? So put chocolate here, chocolate there, and then chocolate in the middle, and then here. Keep it nice and clean, and there. So you can see it from this camera now. This is how I did it. So that's the area that bow tie will be glued, right? All right, let's go. Don't make it too much mess, otherwise it will be not so good. Okay, now lift up and make sure that you're not disturbing any other part. Put it on and wait for a while. Wait for a while. Now let me just go around first to show you how it looks like. And what I like to add, I already add this stitch point over here, the line over here. That's not a really big deal. So what I like to do, some of those jackets, like very formal jackets, has a shiny color in the front and not in here, only the front. So I like to do this one. And also I like to give a bit of like a satin look to the bow tie. So how I do that, I just put a bit of oil here and then brush it. Take the oil with the brush and then just brush it. Okay, I showed you this one before, some other chocolate work, but this also work, of course, on the fondant. That will remain for a while shiny, and that's also sort of like a good effect. You can also use, of course, the what they call a confectionery glaze, but I think this tastes much more pleasant than confectionery glaze. Just the oil. You don't even feel it, any taste. That's it, that's done. And also, of course, that to the bow tie a little bit. I don't want to spray it on the surface and then after that try to brush it, because I don't want any other areas shiny, only the bow tie and the front color. That's why I prefer to use the brush. One more time, go around. It looks quite formal, right? So that is all from me, guys, today. I'm guessing that the way how I coat the cake with this sort of like a one long piece and go around, and also use some cardboard help to hold the colors in the place. So I think that might be the things that you may find a little different. So no matter which way you do, after all, you choosing the way how you do from the choices that you have in front of you, and then after all, you can just simply say, I did it my way. So it's no problem at all. Thank you so much for watching Yener's Cake Tips again. Please like, share and subscribe to stay tuned with us. And don't forget to visit yenersway.com, more comprehensive videos. God bless you all. Until to my next video. Bye for now.